In this movie, I'm going to do a few things. This is gonna be a cool movie because I already installed the file services in the server 2008 and I already installed the Active Directory and DNS services. And that was something just easy to do. But now, something very practical, something that is done every single day in a job is I'm creating OUs, I'm creating users and computers, how to connect computer to Active Directory domain. I'm create and adding groups in Active Directory, create a group policy, share files, map a network. First of all, we're going to see how to create OUs in Active Directory, and I'm gonna do that right now, right after the computer just boot up, and that's what we're gonna do right there. And go to the computer. This my Windows server. I'm just going to click on Control Turn Delete and put my password. Enter to the computer. Okay, the computer already boot up. Now we're gonna click on Start. Go to Administrative Tools, and from here I'm going to Active Directory Users and Computers. Here I already have my domain created. It's called karlos.com. And here I have some users by default on some computers, but I'm gonna create a few others. First of all, we said that we were going to create a OU in Active Directory. Okay, to create an OU, I can do it under one of the other OUs, organizational units, or I can just do it under the domain. I'm gonna to do under the domain, you just right click on top of the domain name and wait um, for the message to pop up. Well, I get and you go to where it says new and go where it says organizational unit OUs. Click on there and gonna wait. We need to put the name of the organizational unit and we're gonna call it Gomon. Click OK and the organizational unit is already created. It's right here. We can do another one under that one. We just right click, go to new, go where it says organizational unit, and put the name. This one where it says protect container from accidental deletion, it's gonna make it harder to delete the this organizational unit. For me, I gonna take it off in case I just don't want that one. This one I'm gonna call it local. Under local, now let's see what else can we do. We're gonna create some users and some computers now in Active Directory. I just gonna put this bigger. Okay. How to create some users and some computers. I'm going back to my computer and here I gonna under local I right click and under new just click on computer. I gonna give the name of Aquino dash to this computer and click on OK. Just wait. Let's create another computer. You right click on local, go to new computer, and this one I'm gonna call it bomb. Click on OK. And now I'm gonna create some users for my Aquino and for my bum computer. I go to new and go down to where it says users. And the first user that I'm gonna create is gonna be Pepe, like a Dominican song. And the last name is gonna be Baba. And the username is gonna be Pepe Baba. And it's gonna be under my domain at karlos.com. I click next. The password can't be the same as the username Pepe Baba. Need to be something new. I gonna unclick here where it says user must change the password and let's log on. That's good if you create like different users and they gonna log on to the domain for the first time like that they put their password. But for us, I just gonna put the password never expire because anyways this is just a test. And I gonna put my password. Need to be some of the things that you need to make sure of the password need to have one uppercase letter and need to have at least a number too. Click next, finish. It took the password, very good. Gave me an error. I'm going back. I think I didn't put the same password in both of the places. Okay, I put a new password, click on finish, and it took my password. Now, what is the next thing that we're gonna do? We're going to how to connect the computer to Active Directory domain. Okay, that's something very fun to do. Something that is done every day in uh, in labs where you have computers connected to the domain. I'm gonna go to my Windows XP machine to do this. Now I am in my XP machine and I'm gonna to connect it to the domain. First of all, we're going to start. We can do the same steps in a Windows 7 machine, just slightly different. We right click under my computer, go to properties, and here we go to computer name. We go to change the computer name. This we already create a computer in our Windows server named Aquino Dash, and we just need to connect it to the domain. The domain name is karlos.com. If you do it like this without first of all fixing your IP address, the DNS, it's gonna go to the internet to trying to find this domain. You need to first of all go to your control panel configurations and the network configurations and change the DNS to the IP address of your Windows server. And I just gonna go very quick to show how to do that. You go to network. This is not always needed because if you have DHCP already configured in your server, you don't gonna need this step. But I don't have DHCP configured yet. You will go to the TCP/IP properties where it says preferred DNS server. You put the IP address of your server. You click on OK, OK, and now that that configuration has been set up, now we can continue to other configuration. We click OK, and if everything is okay, yes, it's gonna answer for the administrator username is administrator, and we put the password. We don't put this correctly, it's not gonna connect. And when the connection is completely, welcome to Karlos.com domain. Awesome. And maybe you're asking yourself, why do we need a computer to be connected to a domain? But that's one of the coolest things that you can do when you have like a lab and a lot of computers. You connect all of them to a domain, and like that, you can have more security over them. And also, you can, like, if you need to configure a few features for the computer, you don't need to go to each of the computer, each one of them, to configure the features. You can do it directly in the domain, and all of the computer are gonna get those features. Let's see the next thing that we're gonna do. We're gonna create and add in some groups in the Active Directory. For that, I go to my machine. I go under users. I don't have, oh, I have a few users here. Let's create a group. Click here, click on group. We put the name. We can put the name of group 1 dash 1. Domain local is good. And okay, we have a group 1 right here. We go to properties, group name, didn't take the dash. We're gonna just put a space 1, apply. Okay. And what about if I want some of these some of the my users to be part of the domain? Well, we can go, for example, um, to we can create a new user, and we can call it, for example, Joel Mar. Joel is the username, and we set the password tab. Password never expire, because anyways this is just for test. There is no real world. Okay, and URMart, we want to add to a group. We click on here and we put the name of the group. Was group space 1. Check name. There we go. It's now part of that group. We click OK. It was successfully completed. And we just added one of our users to the group. That means that everything that we would change in that group, all the configuration are going to be, they're going, all the users would be affected by it. And we already did this. And now let's do create a group policy. Like that, we can create a group policy, and our users would be affected by this group policy. And then we're gonna share a file. Oh, we didn't finish connecting this computer, the Windows XP computer, to the server 2008. Let's do that. Let's connect a user. Let's go to our Windows XP machine, log off. Let's create the policy first, and like that, see if the policy is taken when we connect the user. We go to our, where we had our group 1. Now that we have it here, it's good to have it here because we're gonna create a policy for group 1. We go first to start all programs. I mean, start administrative tools and group policy management. In the window of group policy management, now we wait until is coming up. We go down and we go to the domains, Carlos Aquino domain. Um, we go domain controller. Okay. And we could create a policy for the whole domain. Let's create a policy for the domain. We just click on edit. And in the policy that we're gonna create for the whole domain, we can do some Windows settings. Like for example, Windows settings here in administrative templates, because there's some, these are just policies already created for us that we don't need to do it to be doing it. And we can, for example, we don't want the computers to connect to the internet, and I can put Hi Internet Explorer from the icon from the desktop. Let's enable that policy. We just double click on the policy, we click on enable, click on apply, click on OK. Let's do another one. Remove my document icon from the desktop. We're gonna enable that one too. Apply, OK. We can prohibit user from manually redirecting um, profile folders. Let's remove the recycle bin from from the desktop. We click on enable, click on apply, click on OK, and now we go out of this wizard, and the policy have been created for all my users. Let's connect our Windows XP machine to the domain. To do that, I'm gonna connect it as Joel. We go to properties to just make sure that we know the username will be Joel. Okay, we go here. We need to put the name of the domain, karlos.com slash Joel, and then the password. It's trying to look at the personal settings, and it's connecting to the server. And all the policy that we already enabled, they're being added to this user, how we see. And this computer, all the policy have been added. How we see, we don't have the recycle bin no more. If you go to start, um, where other things that we enable, they're no there no more, and all the policy have been added. Okay, let's see the other thing. We're gonna share a file and map a network drive. That one is very useful too, because a lot of times you want like a map drive, a drive that all the users can see in their computers, and they can put file on it, or just like be able to get into that drive and get a file, and is available for all the users at the same time. Okay, to do this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get out of here, and we go to start, administrative tools. Oh, let's just do it through here. I have an icon right here. I just click on this. I already configure the file sharing. That means that I just need to go click on roles, file services, just wait. Okay, and now just right click on top of this, on top of, sorry, file server resource managers, no, file services. Let's see. We right click on top of share and storage management, and where it says provision and share, that's what we want. We click there, and it's gonna ask me to locate the file that I wanna share. Okay, first of all, let's create a file. I forgot to do that. Let's just click cancel here. Yes, I want to cancel this. Create new folder, and I'm gonna call it drive. Just gonna just leave it here. Go back to my server manager, share and storage management, right click, provision and share on top of it, and I'm gonna look for that file that I just created. Let's go to administration. Let's put the file easy to find under the program files. And I already put the file on the users drive. It's right here. We click on OK, click on next. We can leave it like that. No, do not change any in TFS permissions. Click on next. Um, we wanna also share it with NFS because we wanna be able to share it with some Ubuntu and Linux machines that I have. We click on next. We didn't put no description. All user group read only read access. We can leave it like that. We can also give administrator have full control. Let's do that. The administrator have full control. All other users and group have only read access. Next. Let's see what it is. We're gonna put for the domain, copy. We're gonna leave it without that. We're gonna be able to share anyways. It's creating the file, and now we just click on close, and the file was created. Now let's create a map. Let's map a drive to this file. For that, we needed to create a file to be able to map a drive. To do that, we need to go to Start, Administrative Tools, File, Server Resource Manager. No, wait, no, to Group Policy Management. Sorry. Just wait. And here on the Group Policy Management, under our domain, we can go to. And after I'm here in the under group policy management, I'm gonna click on the default domain because like that it is gonna affect the whole domain, and that's what I want. And click on edit, right click, then click on edit, and it give me users configuration. I go to preferences, Windows settings, drive map, and first I need to go down. I forgot to do something that is super important, that is under share files. We go to our file services, share and storage management. We go here that here is our file drive. We're going to click on properties and we're gonna need this right here. We will select that, copy, and just close it. Go back to group policy management and the drive map. We right click on it and we click on map drive. Location that we just copy, we're gonna paste it here. We can label as drive. Let's put another name. Let's put cool drive. Now we're gonna choose what's the name of the drive that we want. I like the W. Let's choose W. Why not? And we can put a username and a password. We don't want that. Show this drive. Show this drive. Because we want everybody to see it. Why not? We apply it and we click on OK. And now we're gonna push it out. And how we're gonna do that is that I'm gonna write down a command here, or let's see, I think is the command that we want is gp up update space / force, and it's updating the policy. Now we're gonna go to our user and see if got the drive. Now that we are here in our Windows XP machine, hopefully the drive already have been forced to the Windows machine. To make sure that it is there, we go to my computer and right there it is, cool drive space W, and the drive is there. And that's why we needed to be able to have to map a drive in Windows Server 2008. We already today we talk about that we already installed file services in these Windows, and we already installed Active Directory and DNS services. Today in this video we talk about how to create OUs, how to create users and computer in Active Directory, how to connect a computer to Active Directory, how to create and add in groups in Active Directory, create a group policy, share files, and map a drive. That's what I did in this video. Thank you and have a nice day.